Mother's Garage. We're here today to answer those burning questions about interior care.
Speaking of interior products, my mom would always tell me it is what is on the inside that counts.
Really? My mother just told me how handsome I was.
That's why it's important to focus on both. So we have a huge range of products that give your exterior paint this amazing shine, but also we're just as passionate about the inside as well. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Let's do it. One of the questions that came in was, what is the difference between Mother's Interior Detailer, VLR, and Protectant? And fortunately for you, we have those set up right here.
Wow, amazing. So Mother's Total Interior Detailer is basically your instant detailer for the interior of your car. It can be used on virtually everything. When formulating this product, we actually tested on glass. And so that enabled us to make sure that it did not streak and that it can be used on any part of the inside of your car.
Well, you ruined my question because I was going to ask you if it can be used on glass.
That's a very good question. It can be used on glass. The next item is going to be our Mother's VLR. It is recommended on vinyl, leather, and rubber. It cleans, conditions, and protects. And then you have your Mother's Protectant. Obviously, it adds protection. It's almost like a dressing, if you will.
With Mother's Protectant, is it just one gloss level, or can I buff it down to make it appear as though it's less gloss or more gloss?
You can spray onto a microfiber towel, because you do not want any overspray. You can apply it onto the interior of your dash, any type of vinyl or rubber, and you can let it be and have a nice sheen, or as you mentioned, you can damp it down a little bit and have a low gloss.
I've got New Lux material in my Lexus, Sensitech in my BMW, and Vtex in my Volkswagen. What do I use on those types of synthetic leather or leatherette seats?
Leather interiors, there's a lot out there, but essentially what you're dealing with is mostly synthetic leather. There's going to be some leather trim, but most of the leather that you're dealing with nowadays is going to be synthetic. So regardless of what leather you do have, we recommend any of our Mother's Leather Care products.
It's so confusing with all the different names.
Yeah, I know.
They're all basically the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Aren't they plastic coated these days?
It pretty much is plastic. So again, Mother's Leather Care, Mother's Leather Cleaner, Conditioner can all be used on any of the different types of leather.
Is it better to use an all-in-one leather product like VLR or Leather Care, or products that have separate steps like Leather Cleaner and Leather Conditioner?
Well, it's not really necessarily better. It's all about the job as well as a person. So if you are someone that doesn't have enough time and you want something that is just quick and easy, something that does clean and protect, then something like the Mother's VLR, Mother's all-in-one leather care, that would be the appropriate product to use. If, however, you have neglected leather, or if you just happen to have a freak accident, then that's where the leather cleaner would come into play, followed by leather conditioner. So you have more cleaning power in Mother's Leather Cleaner as opposed to the all-in-one product.
Okay, so if I'm short on time, the all-in-one products are gonna be the one to go to.
Right, especially someone like yourself. You maintain the interior of your car, and all you wanna do is just something quick and easy, then the all-in-one products would be the best bet.
What can I use to clean my rubber floor mats without making them slippery?
Dressings contain oils, and so although it may look good, it may provide unwanted slip. So in this particular case, if you do not want it to be slippery, then you want to use a dedicated cleaner like our Mother's Carpet Upholstery Cleaner. All you have to do is clean the surface and it'll bring that like new finish.
And I know we talked previously about Total Interior Detailer. Would that be an option for floor mats?
You can. It may not have the same cleaning power as a carpet and upholstery, but yes, you absolutely can.
They're asking, what is neat's foot oil and lanolin, and why is it used in some interior care products?
So that's actually a really good question. And those are natural oils that are used to replenish the oils that diminish over time. So we actually have those oils included in our Mother's Leather Care, our Mother's Conditioner, as well as our Mother's VLR.
So they can be sure that they're getting leather that's going to be back to like new.
Oh, absolutely.
What will happen if I use the leather care product on suede, natural or synthetic, either way?
Leather products are not recommended for suede, or even suede-like material. So I think oftentimes what you'll see is that people may think that they have suede. So a lot of it is synthetic, and no matter what you use, leather products are not recommended for suede.
What about rough leather?
With rough leather, you want to treat that the same as suede almost. It requires a little bit more of TLC. So again, what you want to do is a lot of brushing, a mild cleaner, and just dab it with a towel.
What makes it more sensitive? Why is it more porous?
Rough leather is something that's very bare. What the leather products may do on rough leather is that it may also temporarily darken them as well. So,
but that'll go away over time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. If you haven't tried the Mothers Odor Eliminator, you haven't experienced one of the most satisfying interior care products there is.
And I agree 100%. If you have the mist going through the interior of your car, and then just the experience afterwards, the car feels nice and fresh, and it's the entirety of your car.
But does it leave a residue on the interior of the car?
Not at all. So that cloud that I was talking about, it just goes away.
And the beautiful part of this product actually is that it goes inside all of your vents and your ventilation system, the parts that you can't get to.
Right.
And it does that. It encapsulates the source of the odor and then neutralizes it so it won't cause the smell to come back or persist. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Mother's Garage.
And remember, no matter what you drive,
Give it that mother's love.
all right, got the neat foot oil, the lanolin, and Skittles. Shane!